Hi all, welcome or welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, hi and welcome. I'm Silvia and I'm a freelance artist and children's books illustrator based in Italy. I mainly work in the publishing world, but I also maintain a little online shop that you can find in the link below. And I offer private commissions for events, big celebrations as birthdays, weddings, and such. And of course, I enjoy creating videos for this channel where I talk about a bit of my life as an illustrator, work in progress, tutorials, draw with me, and insights of the illustration world. In the description below, you can find all my contacts and where to find me, so go check them out. So, how's your September? For me, September is always a new start, and in fact, I often put pressure on myself more than necessary. Indeed, this will be a relaxing video because September is full of new beginnings, resuming activities, commitments, and we know that it can be hectic. So let's relax a bit for a few minutes. So, some time ago, I posted a video about my old sketchbooks and you loved it. But as soon as I stopped filming and posted it, I realized that I was missing one. Probably the most important and the oldest one of all. I mean, the one that holds changes and memories and the trials of a very, very special period for me. It's this one. So I decided to make another video because why not? And also because I think it really deserves it. And also because I understood that you are interested. So here we are. I really, really hope you like this video because I will show you many very personal things and drawings that no longer represent me very much. Do you understand the emotional load of this video? So please support me for this one as I need it. And now let's flip through the pages. Here we are. As I was telling you earlier, this sketchbook is very old, dating back to February 2019. It is full of very personal drawings and sometimes you'll see me go a bit quickly. You'll mostly see drawings that no longer fit the style I have now after several years of practice and study, but there are drawings where I experimented with different materials like markers, brushes, colored pencils, like in this illustration here made in February 2019, where I tried Winsor & Newton brush markers for the first time, and indeed on the back page I immediately understood their main side effect. A little super personal drawing here, so let's skip it. Well, a woman. I don't know. I was very much into female portraits. Here I wanted to study hands because I love them so much. I love looking at them, I love studying them, but like all of us, I find it very difficult to draw them. So here I was doing some tests and I liked them a lot anyway. More markers. This one here is the main character of the Russian Doll series that I liked very much. Again, the effect of the markers on the back. Feet, because feet are also very difficult to draw. I don't like drawing them as much as hands. In fact, as you can see, there are only two. Another very personal illustration, so let's move on. Well, here, I don't know, I felt like drawing leaves and plants and trying to color them with colored pencils. I like it at the end. Let's not talk about this drawing here because I wouldn't even know how to define it. The anatomy of this child and his mouth are terrifying. And here again markers with some vegetables, why not? Portrait tests. Face tests. Look how far I was from how I draw right now. That's incredible. I love seeing these things. A small page to remind me of the trip I took with my boyfriend to Porto in 2019. That's me on the plane, azulejos, and little things like that. Another super personal drawing, let's skip it. This, however, is a sketch made in the 2019 summer that then became a very modest painting. I'm not an expert in painting at all, so forgive me, but I'm fond of it. It was a nice experiment and it reminds me a lot of that period. Yeah, small doodles. Here you can see I was trying to make some decorations, but mostly full body people, not just the torso as I had done until then. This is very much me in October 2019, not with this hair, although I would have liked it, but the outfit and the camera are accurate. And I colored this sketch with gouache. It was a lot of fun to try them. Here, I was trying to understand how I like to draw people. The eyes, the face, the nose. This is actually very interesting because here you can see the difference between November 2019 and June 2020. That's crazy. I always have so much fun seeing how the way of interpreting and drawing something changes. This was a draw this in your style, but I'm terrible. I don't even remember was. Gouache here too. This page is terrible. I don't like it at all. But in February 2020, I wanted to try gouache. So it is what it is. Here are some random things, including Harry Potter here and there, and a test of an illustration I wanted to do for a tattoo artist in Bologna. This, however, was Rachele Aragno's Draw This in Your Style, beautiful but never finished, because at that time I didn't feel up to what I was doing, and it has always remained here, incomplete. Luna Lovegood, one of my very favorite characters from Harry Potter, with her shadow here behind, because I had decided to color her with markers. And here are the little drawings I made during COVID, which you can also find on my Instagram. These are very old comic strips with a style that doesn't feel very me anymore, but I like them a lot. Here's a bit of a close-up. You can see my boyfriend and me always like this during COVID, with my hair always tied like this. And here, with these comic strips, I wanted to express what it actually meant to be a physics researcher, especially in quarantine, attending meetings from morning to night and working 3 times as much as usual. Here again, gouache. I was inspired by Lee Ellickson, an American artist I have been following for a long time. Here I tried to create something similar to her work in the sketchbooks, but well, I didn't get close at all. This was a test of the cover for my project for the association, the Brooklyn Art Library, which is now closed. That's a bit sad. Again, small sketches here and there, small things left at random. This is one of my favorite comic strips where I show from 9:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. what my main job was, attending many meetings to exhaustion. With these sketches, I always described our life during the lockdown. You see here that we played video games and he always wins. That's the normal routine. My willingness to attend meetings. Again, my willingness to attend meetings. Can you tell I had many? But also my addiction to Netflix and all its series. And here I was starting to go back to the lab with the reopening after the lockdown. At that time, I was exhausted, very, very exhausted. I don't know if you noticed from that sketch there, which is also one of my favorite from that year. It's always nice to look back at the sketchbooks because they remind you of things, good or bad, but still memories of life in the form of drawings, and so I'm very attached to this particular sketchbook. Here we were at the seaside in July 2020, the first sea after COVID, and here you can see its presence from the masks and my face. During that time I had many ideas and wanted to do things with these doodles, but this style didn't allow me to express myself as I wanted, so they remained a bit like this. And then shortly after that I changed the way I draw thanks to my ugly sketchbook. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check the video. Oh, I like this page. I liked it a lot. I colored it with markers from Archer and Olive. Very, very nice. This one. This is a very actual sketch, very, very actual. And I always like to look back at it because I see myself in it every single summer. Here I wanted to try different faces besides the anatomy of a cat, which for me is very difficult to draw, but I like this page with many different faces. I like it a lot. I always have a lot of fun drawing different characteristics in people. With this sketch, I actually wanted to make a small introduction post, but it was that moment when I didn't recognize myself in my style and couldn't express what I wanted, so I gave up. Let's not dwell at all on the anatomy of this girl because, oh my god, what a shame. By the way, I was having a nice picnic, but I don't even remember where I drew it. Here I was on vacation near my parents' house in August. I drew my father, my shoes, because I have no idea. And here instead I drew my hair from behind, before and after cutting them, before and after tying them. Cute. In these pages, I recognized very clearly the time when I couldn't understand how I wanted to draw, and here I start to see some of the features of my drawings today. This here is a page that then became a page in the watercolor sketchbook, and indeed you see that I made a kind of bookmarks. They never became bookmarks, they remained there on these pages, but I liked seeing the evolution from sketch to a more refined result. And here we are at the end. Here I had bought some new colored pencils and was doing a swatch. These ones, you recognize them. They are the little houses of which I made postcards and stickers that I had for a long time in the shop. I still have the stickers actually, and they are here. Those who have been following me for a long time know what I'm talking about. And for those who have been following me since the early days, they will recognize this sketch because it is actually my first Draw This in Your Style that I prepared for Instagram back in December 2020 when I was celebrating my first 700 followers. And here it is, the sketchbook is finished. It's always an emotion for me to look back at it, but especially to show it to you because this is really a sketchbook full of personal things, memories, changes. I mean, it's the sketchbook of my job change, so it's fundamental for me. Our trip in the past is finished, and I really hope you enjoyed this flip through. I think sketchbooks are really fascinating. I can look at them forever. Indeed, if you know more videos about flip-throughs, sketchbooks, or you have made one of this kind of video, please let me know because I'm always keen to watch more sketchbooks because I think they are fascinating, inspirational, and can make you understand a bit more the process of an artist. So, as usual, if you like this video, leave me a thumb up or consider subscribing to this channel because it's free and you will help me a lot making new videos here and supporting my work also outside the channel. Thank you as always for being here and for making till the end of the video. As always, stay safe, have fun, and drink a lot of water because it's still hot. And we'll see each other in the next one. Bye!